All right. Well, this is episode 1 of how to rebuild your life, how I'm rebuilding my life. And I was just thinking, like, how in the world am I going to have time to do this today? Because I'll tell you in a minute what I've been doing. And I need to curl my hair, and I need to, look decent for this video. And so I thought, well, what I use for my mirror anyway is my phone. And so I'm just going to make this video right here while I'm curling my hair. And I'm going to tell you some things. So I am currently the last, this will be the beginning of the third winter that we've spent here in St. George, Utah. And we are renting the top of our dear friend's home in St. George, Weston Cami. We live in our RV, and then we rent the top of this for studio space for me to work. It's too hot in the summer to be here, typically. I mean, you still can, it's amazing. But in the winter, the last 3 winters, this is where I work from. And we have a bedroom in here too, where we sleep sometimes. But anyway, that's where I am right now. I just got here last night. We've been, if you've been following along, you know that Mark broke his shoulder about, I don't even know how long it's been, 3 weeks, a month ago. And so that really threw a hitch in our giddy up, because he does so many things. And now I have to learn how to do those things until he's recovered, or at least help him with those things. So anyway, since this is our first episode, I'll just kind of go back and tell you a few things without going too much into an old story. We are rebuilding our life, and even rebuilding ourselves, reinventing, restoring, rebuilding. And I was thinking today, like, what's the most important thing I could share with you first? I'm going to take you on a whole bunch of behind the scenes tours of our actual life and what it looks like. I don't know if I'll do it today. Depends on how long it takes me to curl my hair. But I have a lot to share with you. I'm going to share with you our apartment and our RV, but mostly, I want you to see what it takes to rebuild a life, because if you're not doing it right now, you're going to have to do it at some point, right? And I want you to see the real and raw parts of it, that without making it more or less than it actually is, at least from our perspective. And I was thinking this morning about how I don't know, unless you've been through this before, or maybe it's not even true if you've been through this before, how much it takes every day to not get totally swallowed up in how humiliating it feels, and how hopeless it feels sometimes, and how much of a loser you feel like sometimes, and how angry you are sometimes. And so this morning even I was studying how do you get over that? When it attacks me is at night, and first thing in the morning when I'm getting the day going. It's like Groundhog Day. Like, I have to totally start every day again, reminding myself about what's true about all human beings, which means it's got to be true for me too. And that's that, our accomplishments and our belongings and where we live and what we look like and, how we have to show up in the world, that is not our value, and it's not who we are. I mean, we get to have all these amazing experiences, and by amazing, I mean sometimes really sucky. We get to have these experiences in life that, they have the opportunity to teach us, but also we just get to experience so many different facets of life. And so I wanted to share with you guys first that, I think a lot of people, because of the work I do, think that I'm always positive and I'm always, looking for the bright side of things, or, I'm always being whatever, all Confucius-like. And it's just not true. I don't know if there's anybody like that. Like, I probably cry at least once a day. I battle feelings of doubt a million times a day. I have, did you know we have 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day? I think it's I don't know. So that makes it an average of 80,000 thoughts a day. And so most of those thoughts are unwelcome, and they're just a thing that happens, and we can't believe everything we think. Just because it's coming from your own mind or brain or whatever, it doesn't mean it's true, and it doesn't mean you have to clasp onto it. And so I, at least, I don't know, half of those thoughts, some days, if I'm not really, really diligent about redesigning my thoughts, they're really mean. Like, they're accusing, and they're bullying, and they're humiliating, with the intention to humiliate, it feels like sometimes, and they're just yucky. And so I have to, first of all, remember that fact that those thoughts are just going to come, and I can either give them attention or not give them attention. But most importantly, I can't be at the mercy of them. I have to design new thoughts. And so when I'm going to sleep at night, I do, the old thing of just counting your blessings. I try to do that. I try to, when I think negative thoughts, I immediately try to replace those with thoughts of my grandchildren, because that's the thing that always gets me, not only makes me happy, but makes me want to be better and gives me motivation to not get swallowed up in the humiliation. But, and then when I wake up in the morning, and often it lasts all night. It's just like, and I'll tell you, some of the thoughts that I have are like, you're such a loser. I can't believe, you're almost 50 years old, and you are restarting your life, and, you have hardly any belongings left, and, or money or prospects or whatever. Like, just scary thoughts too. Like, what's going to happen? Where are you going to be in a year? If you're here now, then, where are you going to be in 5 years? And, you must be totally humiliating your children, with how your life is, and, how it's turned out, and what you're doing, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just bully thoughts. And so I battle those a lot of the night. And then, I'm in the middle of writing my book called 50 Roads to the Middle of My Life. And so I learned from Brene Brown that shame cannot survive when you tell your story, when you reveal it, when you put it out in the open. And so I was like, I'm going to write all of this down. And I'm going to be as brutally honest and transparent as I could possibly be. And so what happens when you do that, or at least when I do that, is I'll publish a blog post, because that's how they are right now. While the book is getting finished, they're each individual blog post. And then I'll write it, and I'll just be going, okay, I'll just let it pour out of me. And then it'll feel really true, and I'll just let it pour out unedited. And then I'll go in and fix as many typos as I can find quickly. I know I still have typing and grammatical errors, but I'll just publish it before I change my mind. And that's what I do. I write about 2,000 words. I try to write 2,000 words, and then I publish it. A lot of you guys don't know that I'm writing a 50 chapter book in 50 days. They haven't all been consecutive days, but in the end it'll be 50 days total, ish. But that's what happens is when the bully shows up to beat me up, I want to go back and delete all of everything I wrote, or at least edit it and take out the parts that are embarrassing or vulnerable, So, but what I want you to know is how much the fear of and the shame of where my life is, how much that is getting minimized every time I write another true from my experience word and publish it and put it out there. because, you know, part of my issue, and I think whenever I express my issues in a true way, I find out that I'm not the only one. So part of my issue, which is probably a lot of people's issue, I already forgot what I was going to say because I was on a tangent. Oh, I know. Part of my issue is that, you know, I have been, if I had both of my hands, I'd go like this right now, successful in life, and probably even appeared successful in ways that weren't accurate, and didn't appear successful ways that, you know, there are a lot of ways I've been successful in secret, private ways that haven't been seen, and there have also been a lot of ways I've appeared to be successful where maybe it wasn't as accurate, you know, the way people perceived my success. But anyway, you know, being kind of in the public eye and trying to be successful, and then the flip side of that, when you're in the public eye, which we all pretty much are now, and that we have social media, is that when you fall in front of everybody, and that's humiliating and embarrassing and scary. I remember I'm already like a total dork and a total klutz in so many ways. I remember one time I was at the gym and I was running on the treadmill and I made it go too fast, and then I tripped, and I was one of those people that actually fell on the treadmill and then got flipped off of the conveyor belt thingy and in front of everybody at the gym. But that's I'm kind of used to it. I'm just a clumsy person, and I probably do things too fast, and I'm not super elegant in my movements, and so I do a lot of stuff. I'm successful in front of people, but mostly I'm a dorky, clumsy human in front of people. But that's really the part of this that has been really a reckoning, is that if I'm gonna show up in life as my job, then I better show up all the way, or else it's just a big fat lie. And so right now, I'm rebuilding my life. I'm reinventing myself. I'm you know, in the raw, in the mess, in the excitement, in the beginning stages, in the ending stages of other things, in the middle stages of other things. But what I want to do with this series, especially this rebuilding series, is just be really honest about all of it. And I'm just going to show up as I am, just like I am right now. My face is puffy. I don't have any makeup on. I ate way too much gluten this week and sugar. Today I'm off of it. It's not good for my body. And I don't have any makeup on, but I really don't wear makeup that much anymore. But I went to bed with wet hair, and I am unpacking boxes and just kind of starting over with everything. And I just made the tripod so that it wouldn't stand up. But am I done with my hair here? I'm gonna have to do this while I multitask. You know, I was gonna make a bunch of videos, and then several of my children called today to catch up, and so that, you know, took 2 or 3 hours out of my schedule that I was glad to give to them. But that means I gotta curl my hair while I talk to you all. And I'll just take down a real quick tour, because we are going to be and next when I'm back where my RV is, I'll take you on a tour of my RV. But right now we're unloading and getting ready for the winter, so that I can make a whole lot of classes and videos, art videos and lesson videos and things like that. And that's where we'll be doing that here. So I'm just going to take you on a little tour. I don't know if I can. Hi. I don't know if I can turn this around or not. I've been hanging up some of my art. That's one of the things I've kept. It's kind of dark in here now. But we're in the upstairs, like I said, of our friend's house. And so this is like the bonus room. And I just got this totally gorgeous sofa on what's kind of like Craigslist here. Well, no, I got on Facebook Marketplace. It's a blue velvet sofa. I already had that blue velvet chair. That's one of the last things I own. And it's a $2,500 sofa, and I got it for $100. But anyway, that's in here. And then Cammie's loaning me one of her futons, and I just put a bunch of pillows on it that I had. That's one of my paintings. And then right here, I also got a gorgeous rust-colored sofa on Facebook Marketplace from somebody locally. That was only $50. It's gonna go right there. And then that's where I'm gonna have, I'll show you later, but my singing bowls and stuff like that, they're right there. But yeah, I can't wait to tell you what I've learned about sound healing and stuff like that. But that's where I was just sitting in that little alcove. That's where I'll be making lots of videos. Here's my desk. And then we have a kitchen. That's the room over the garage, and that we're kind of building today. Right there, that's just a folding table, because the counter and the cabinets and stuff that Mark's gonna put in, we can't put in until somebody can help us because his shoulder's broken. So Cammie's kids are gonna help us tonight after work. But this is kind of like our little place where we make food, and that's where we have our food. This is where we sit to eat. And then this is all my art stuff. That is the last of the belongings that I have from when I'm gonna stop saying we lost everything, from when we released everything. And then down there is a bathroom and a bedroom and stuff like that. And then this little alcove area is where I sometimes make videos too, because of the light. But this is where I've been working today. So when I'm writing roads, I'm just usually sitting really close to the same place I slept, because I just get up and I do it as soon as I wake up so that I don't change my mind and get freaked out. But over the next week or two, I'll be getting this all set up, and I want to show you guys like so many things that I have learned about storage and making things efficient. One of my very favorite things is this baking rack right here, because you can store so much stuff on it, and you can put it on trays and pull them out and use them. There's full length, metal trays, and then I also have cafeteria trays. But anyway, I have so much to share with you guys, but this video is getting really long. But I was gonna, spend a whole bunch of time getting myself all ready and making the perfect video, and then I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna take them with me on what I'm doing, so they can see what it's like to rebuild a life. And today, the first thing, like I said, is mindset. It's just this constant battle with being humiliated, and the temptation to make your life look different than it is. And I don't want to do that. I want you to see exactly how it is, and how we're going to choose to rebuild it, and are choosing to rebuild it, and all the steps that it takes. I'm sure there's going to be days when I am crying and completely feeling like I lost my mind. But today, I feel super happy and excited because I have my art supplies back, and which is in the summer when we're up on the mountain, I don't have a lot of my art stuff. That's when I do a lot of writing. In the winter is when, in the fall and winter and early spring is when I get to actually make a lot of art, which I'm super excited about. So anyway, I'm so happy that you're here with me. It's going to be raw and real, and I have a lot to share, and I'm putting this in black and white because it's kind of like Dorothy's Wizard of Oz. When I get to a certain point and I have this all put together, this apartment and this place, then I'll show it to you in full color. But today we're going to start from the tornado that happened in the storm on the Wizard of Oz, and the house dropped on top of us. That's where we're starting. So I love you guys, and it's going to be real, and I can't wait to share more with you. Mwah!